This episode of The Voice Party is brought to you by Big Boy Wraps. Get your car wrapped by some of the most experienced and skilled in the Bay. Big Boy Wraps, where the big boys play.
Shit, I don't.
His breath?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to The Voice Party. JD here with Joaquin and Phil. How you feeling today?
Amazing.
I'm fucking full, dude. We got a very special guest. Guys, introduce yourself as one or one by one, or you I'm looking at you.
Yeah, we're all good. Okay, my name is Ricardo. I'm here with my fellow co-hosts. We're part of the Inner Monologue.
Inner Monologue.
What up, guys? Jose here.
I'm Julio. One of us couldn't make it today, but
yeah, no, I'm sorry about that, man. We were planning on it, but this is our second time, and unfortunately we couldn't. Shout out to Bulls. I know him a little bit from school too.
Yeah,
it's crazy because I know you.
Yeah.
It's and I first saw the link to your show, and then when I saw, like, oh yeah, that's Pablo's friend. And
I recognize these guys.
Yeah, you were security at CCC for a while, right?
Yeah, for like 5 years.
Yeah. So it was familiar faces. You're the one. You went to Richmond High too.
Yes, same class too.
Same class. I was 08, but like it's like
and
I don't remember
from
you.
the high.
Yeah. So you guys have been doing the show for how long now?
Just about 6 months.
Yeah,
6 months. Maybe 2 episodes away.
Oh, nice. Yeah. How many episodes yet?
24.
24. What was the inspiration for starting your show, man?
I wish we had an actual, like, legitimate, like, sob story.
I think,
it
was kind of funny.
It was just one of these things where, like, our friend had his own like little podcast.
Yeah.
He ran out of ideas, right? And then pitched to us was like, yo, like, what if we just started doing a podcast?
Nice.
We've been thinking about doing something together for years, and we're like, you know what? Let's just dive into this and see where it goes.
And who's that? Bulls who started this?
So his original podcast was like what gets me charged up.
Yeah.
So he basically was talking about things that happened in his personal life or he saw online. Yeah. That just like people doing stupid shit, and then got him pissed off. But he did like 4 episodes and then kind of didn't keep the traction. But he brought us on.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to have someone to bounce shit back. And you guys are all friends from a long time, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
And that's kind of like, if you like, I know everyone hates their first episode, the pilot.
Right.
But our first episode was just like conversation among friends, really raw, and just talking about everything.
Yeah.
It was pretty hilarious.
It's pretty funny.
Looking back at it.
It's just so much that we could improve on.
Yeah.
Because we've structured our show quite a bit since.
Yeah, for sure.
And even then, we still have our moments where we get like just loose as a goose and just go all out.
Yeah, that's the thing that kind of, because I met these two dudes through something else. I didn't really know them before we started this, really, right? We got to know each other along the process of doing this.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, and like you kind of know who's good at what, and then you can bounce back ideas and like, oh, next time we can do this. I know he's gonna have a lot, to say about this or whatever. I don't know if that's what you guys
that's usually
have.
how it works.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
It's mostly we've known each other for so long that we know how to like get each other going by pushing each other.
How to rile each other up.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's awesome, man. What like I've heard some of your episodes, man, because I follow what you guys post about. And
appreciate that.
I know what you were telling me earlier about like. Because you guys had trouble with YouTube.
Yeah. Our original channel got taken down in like early January. It was
4 episodes in.
It was like a week. It was like a week after
the Capitol
riots.
Already fucking with the algorithm, huh?
Yeah. It was crazy too. So we were getting pretty good, decent views and everything. And we wake up one morning and we're all like, I wake up early and I'm like, why they okay? I want to check the views. Why can't I find the channel on my phone?
Yeah.
It's like 4 a.m. Like I'm freaking out. And then I go to my emails and I find the email saying that like it got removed, and I text these guys at like 4:30. And we're all like in shock, like, wait, what?
It was just so weird.
But did they, like you were saying earlier, did they give you a reason specifically why?
They never really gave a specific reason. They gave us like a list of reasons, like copyright and all this stuff.
This is what you may have done.
But
we won't tell you.
Specifically.
Yeah. Exactly.
You gotta fucking guess.
And we like emailed them back. We filed an appeal, and we never heard back. We're just over the course of like a week, we're like, yo, do we keep going? Do we stop? And we just decided, you know what? Why don't we try other platforms? We look at other platforms like what's that one for gaming? I forgot what it's called.
Twitch.
Twitch.
We looked at Twitch.
Then we realized we got to have like 20 plus hours
Yeah.
a week or something on there. We're like, we can't do that.
No, yeah.
And we just said, screw it. Let's just like make another channel, re-upload everything. We'll change the name slightly on the email account that we'll use. We'll keep the same name going, and that's how it's
They won't know it's the same group. So our original email was like Inner Monologue 510. We changed that to like Inner Monologue 415. So clearly not affiliated.
The 510 email is still out there too. If people want to, for people to hit us up
They
on.
couldn't have crossed the bridge.
That's not these guys.
It's crazy though because I mean, if I had to guess now, it was probably some sort of like copyright thing.
Yeah.
Because
But did you guys like use music or something or what?
Nah, it must have been like some kind of video because we don't have like we have our intro music, but that's something that Marcus got or made up himself or something like that.
Yeah.
And the only thing we do is we show videos, like small clips of what it is that news article it is that we're talking about.
Yeah.
So it must have been something that was copyright in that situation because now Marcus is making sure that everything isn't copyright. So he runs it somehow to check whether it's copyright or not. And we haven't had an issue since.
YouTube just rolled out a feature where as you're uploading, it will check for copyright strikes and let you know as the video is uploading if it finds anything.
Okay.
Yep, and that's something I think Marcus told me a couple of days ago that's been starting to be a thing now. He'll catch it and just stop it and just edit the video a different way. And
we got flagged like I would say 8 months into it when we did.
Yeah.
And it not on actually on Instagram. It was the stupidest reason too, because we had do you guys know who Freeway Ricky Ross, the real Ricky Ross?
Yeah, for sure.
So we interviewed him, and when I wanted to promote the episode on Instagram, you know how you can run the promotions for like a few days.
Mm-hmm.
And when they reviewed it, they saw that this is what they told me. The reason was because we talked about marijuana because he's a cannabis guy now, you know. And because cannabis isn't legal in every 50 states, technically it's illegal. It's like a bunch of bullshit.
Oh, so you had like some kind of like weird federal thing where you can't like advertise this?
Right. We can't advertise it all no more. We tried like 3 appeals, and they just they've.
So I think you're peddling weed is what it is.
Yeah. Which would be more successful than running a podcast.
Oh, definitely.
So it's like, what do you think we're doing? You know, like So that sucks.
They see the green paint on the sign. They think
I know, yeah. But we doesn't do that. It doesn't splat like that. You know, that's Hulk cum, dude. Like, you know. So yeah, it sucks, man. Like, because to a certain extent, you feel, we have freedom of speech, but it's like the line is very thin.
It's limited for sure.
It's limited.
it's a weird line too, because every place you go to, it's a little different. It's either a couple inches further back, a couple inches further forward.
Yeah.
Well, online it's weird. Like when it comes to like social media platforms, it's extremely weird because if a specific group gets offended by something, then your freedom of speech is gone.
We literally are censoring ourselves now. Like as a people.
Oh, definitely.
Like it's not even the law that's doing it.
No, they're doing it to we're doing it to each other. Yeah. Have you guys had any kind of weird experiences with that with listeners?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I used the R word in one of our podcasts, and somebody literally said that they were unfollowing us because I dropped that word so nonchalantly.
Damn.
And it was funny because he didn't call anyone out.
Yeah, I wasn't calling.
Why would you call anyone racist, bro?
No. What it was like he said that the idea of like gender reveal parties and like push presents, all this is.
Oh, I've heard that.
Yeah, exactly.
I heard you actually posted that on Instagram.
Well, somebody took offense to it, and we're like, "Is this person for real?" Like I found it funny.
I would never call somebody that, you know.
No, yeah.
But I could say that an idea is that.
Right. No.
Right. The idea was dumb. It was super dumb.
It was.
It was dumber than the yellow bus itself.
I mean, hey, the fact that you can have a gender reveal party and like have a plane crash in the ocean because of it, or a forest fire burn down thousands of acres,
so stupid,
it's like.
man.
Have you guys heard of burn parties?
No.
So burn parties are when you have belongings from your ex, like gifts from your ex, and you burn them.
That's
cool.
Cathartic.
Yeah.
Right.
It's also weird.
Burn the chemicals and stuff with the plastic.
Aren't gender reveal parties weird because these are the same group of people that tell you not to like generalize?
Yeah, and it's coming from the same people.
Right.
I don't think it's the same people. Like I think if
I
they're
think
having a gender reveal party, they strongly believe in gender.
Right, but they say the similar things though. Like, because here's the thing, man. Here's what I think when someone has an outrage over certain like topics. like I feel like obviously it's not like, you know, there's other shit going on that's more important to fight about, and they throw whoever's running the strings like puts out these like chew toy topics to just keep people blabbing about this, and people chew that shit up, and they just go along with it.
They avoid the serious
and they avoid the serious shit
we have in society. But like, no, this is totally an issue right now. Mr. Potato Head's a problem.
Exactly. It's so stupid, man.
Yeah, people look for things to get upset about and get outraged over. Everybody wants clickbait headlines for their articles, so we don't really give in to like cancel culture or political correctness. My whole mindset has been, if you don't like what's on the channel, change the channel.
Definitely.
Right? Exactly. As opposed to nowadays where it's like, I don't agree with you, I'm gonna get you canceled and pulled off the air and shadow banned.
I did, like, you know, I'm involved with stand-up. That's like kind of why I started. Me and Gaspar, we used to, like, you know, and that's how we got the idea of starting a podcast. And like that's been the big thing with stand-up, the whole cancel culture. But I think it's more in like celebrities. No one gives a fuck about local comics and what they say.
Right.
Fortunately, you know, that's been the case
for now. Yeah.
For now, but it's kind of been growing, like where they're like, hey, you know, they'll heckle something like, hey, you shouldn't say that. And it's like, okay, well,
what the hell am I supposed to say?
Yeah,
like the whole Pepe Le Pew thing. Like Dave Chappelle called it 10 years ago that there's gonna be like some controversy around that.
That's bullshit. Like,
who goes to a comedy show and heckles the comedian that you paid to watch?
Yeah, seriously. I mean,
a lot more than you.
You know, unless it's the king saying you're not funny, that's years. That's like going back.
It's just so funny though, because it's like going to watch the Transformers movie and then getting mad because the cars transform.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, there was one comic, I forget who it was, but he was performing at a college. He talked about this on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and like he had this joke where he was like, he's convinced that being gay isn't a choice because there's gay black people and nobody would double down on hardship. And like everybody laughs, and then they like stop the show, and the directors come out and they kick him off the stage, and
then one of the girls contacted his next gig, like, hey, you know what this fucker said? Like, you know,
oh my God.
Yeah, like that's what we had Gabe last time, and he talked about like the difference between Las Vegas and then coming here, and then he said, yeah, and you come here and it's liberal. It's like, is that really liberal? Were you restricting people, you know, on what they say? It's not, by definition. So that's one of the things about like going to perform in the city. That's, you know, that's why I like doing like Oakland or fucking, you know, San Jose,
right?
Where, you know, as you see the difference in like the crowds, man. You know, like I had this joke where I say that the Raiders, the organization, is similar to ISIS, and like, you know, that's like the premise. And like I remember in San Francisco, someone was like, why? Tell me why. And I'm like, oh shit.
Like, you want an analysis?
Yeah. And then also there's this other joke where I start off where I say I'm against DACA, just to get people riled up. In San Francisco, boo, I heard that a lot. You know, obviously I explained it in the joke. And in Santa Cruz, I heard someone, yeah, me too. It's like, that's the difference in fucking crowds, dude.
Yeah. What was frat boy? He's like, no, man, I like what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Bill Burr was on somebody's talk show, and they had asked him, you know, we never talk politics. What are you, liberal, conservative? And Bill Burr was like, I used to think I was a liberal till I moved to L.A. because you guys are some weird hyper left liberal that I don't think I can get behind. And that, living in like California, I definitely feel that way. Like,
yeah, it's anyone to either side. Like, if you're like hella this or hella that, it's, you know, you gotta expect some weird shit.
Yep.
You know, from either side.
I mean, I grew up here in the Bay.
Yeah.
And it's just, I'm not gonna lie, it's gotten progressively worse.
Big time.
Like we've taken the smallest voice and amplified that to that be the norm.
Yeah.
And then made everybody that's not there like completely different.
you want to pull that mic towards you? It's on an arm. You can move it.
Okay. Yeah. So anybody that like, once we amplified that to be the norm, anybody that thought that was just a little bit odd or strange, all of a sudden gets crucified.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
you can't even disagree, like, you know, in a respectful manner.
Yeah, I saw.
That's what it's gotten to.
I saw a thing somebody posted that I thought hit the nail on the head. They said, you know, if a liberal from 1965 showed up today, they'd be considered a conservative. If a liberal from today showed up in 1965, they'd be considered an absolute freaking lunatic.
They would.
Oh, the hell yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. And it's, you know, Like that's why I feel, because you can see the big media shows kind of feeding into whatever is trending, and I think that's why it's a good time to do what you guys are doing, or like what local podcasts are doing, because in a way it's probably the freshest form of journalism. I mean, even though you're just shooting the shit, we're talking about what's happening. Yeah. And that's why people kind of tune in. You know, I'm sure you've gotten that from people that appreciate the raw.
I got coworkers at work that like listen in. They love it because it's. I work in construction at the moment, right? I'm an EMT at a construction site in San Francisco, and a lot of those guys are like, they're from the Bay or they're from other states. They've come here, and they kind of pointed out like the whole like this is supposed to be like a free place and free mind and free thinking. But like they said, they can't express themselves sometimes. So for them, like when they hear us talk about this stuff, it's stuff that they've thought of and they've had on their minds. And I hear the next day after I've been told, after like the episode goes up, they're like, dude, like we like what you were talking about. That's really funny. Or hey man, you guys have some good points. Like your friend Ricardo, your friend Jose, they have good viewpoints. Your friend Marcus, he hit that topic on the head. Like, so it's kind of cool to like hear that feedback because it shows that we are expressing someone else's like train of thought, someone else's mindset, like what they're thinking, but they. As much as they would like to say it, they're probably scared to say it.
Yeah, or they have no one to say it to.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's when you guys feel that this is therapeutic to do when you do it, like your own show.
I think for us, yeah.
Definitely.
Especially during the pandemic, because we did it remotely too. Yeah, I think it was like a good. I don't know, like. Basically what you would do with your therapist, dude, just with your friends.
It really is like we were doing a therapy session, and it beats this is a way healthier way to handle it than what's going on in America right now with all these mass shootings.
And then I'm sure you guys have different opinions like on things
all the time.
All the time.
There's one episode where Marcus and I went back and forth for like 15 minutes about the vaccine and how COVID was not like a fictional thing and it wasn't the flu.
We
argue, literally if we were sitting at a table, we probably would have got in each other's faces.
Oh wow!
So which one of you thinks it's like the flu?
Marcus.
That was Marcus.
Oh, okay.
Has he had it?
He doesn't know if he has or he hasn't.
Oh yeah.
He said last year at the beginning of the year he felt like really sick.
Yeah.
For a couple of weeks, but he never. It was before the pandemic was the pandemic, so he doesn't know what it was. And I'm not gonna lie, I think even Jose said like where's like a point where kind of sick last year in February, like pretty badly. And I could have swore I had I could have swore I had all the symptoms except for the shortness of breath. But I was like working like a savage at the time in my old job, so I just kept going to work, like not giving a shit. Like, oh, I'm sick, I'll be fine, whatever, because.
Spreading the COVID.
Yeah, I'm on salary. I probably caught it from work. I worked at an ambulance company. I probably caught it from
definitely
jumping on an ambulance and cleaning it, or just talking to a crew member or something.
Yeah,
who knows?
It's weird. Like I mean, because to a certain extent, I think the reason I asked that is I've met a lot of people that they didn't believe in it until like, oh man, that shit's real. My uncle died. Like, motherfucker, I've been telling you.
I have a coworker now whose dad ended up in the ICU for like 2 weeks from it. And then he said he had it, and he said when he had it, he was like, it doesn't feel like the flu on your body.
No,
like he said it's really
some
bad.
other shit. Yeah. I've had like, there was this guy who had it that I knew, and he told me, dude. I mean, I'm sure he was joking. I don't know if he was. But he's like, if my taste doesn't come back, I'm gonna put a bullet in my head.
Well,
let's hope he was joking.
What scared me last year was in June I was sick for 2 weeks and I couldn't figure out why.
Yeah.
And I went to go get tested and it came back negative, and I was like, oh well, I guess I didn't have it. Whatever. And I was talking to one of my old coworkers from the ambulance company, and she told me, well, I had like a burning metal taste in my mouth after I had it.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, holy shit, I had that for like a few weeks afterwards too.
Dang.
Only a few weeks, so your taste isn't permanently gone.
No, I'm fine now. Like I don't really feel like I had anything long lasting. Although I did feel for like a month like I was really slow and couldn't figure stuff out. I was like, shit, like what was I coming to?
We've all known you're really slow.
A little add another
pre-existing condition.
Well, you know what? Take off a couple miles per hour on that.
So you can still taste the In-N-Out burger?
Oh hell yeah.
You don't like In-N-Out?
Oh, I like it.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like,
In-N-Out.
I thought you were giving him a hard time for liking it because there's a lot of people that don't like In-N-Out.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Those are very interesting.
It's not like
people.
the.
I have a name for them. It's wrong.
yeah.
I think part of that is because people put it on a pedestal.
That's what I think it is too. Yeah,
and they
Yeah.
expect like the just
That's with
most
anything,
amazing
though,
burger
yeah.
ever when they get
No,
there.
I would go that route. Like, In-N-Out would not be my go-to burger.
no.
It's a good burger, but it's
good.
yeah,
but like
it's
that
like a
long ass
7.
wait
Yeah.
makes it not as
Yeah.
good.
You know, when
The fries
people
suck.
when I think about what's your favorite fast food place, everyone hates McDonald's, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say
McDonald's is my favorite fast food place because I don't in a way I don't consider In-N-Out fast food. I mean, it is fast food, but it's like when you think of fast food, I don't think of
You know, cute cars.
yeah, right, yeah. Like McDonald's, for me, there's the nostalgia, and you gotta admit, who doesn't like a Big Mac? Come on,
Right.
come on,
Double quarter pounder from McDonald's.
double quarter pounder,
Delicious.
double quarter pounder, and then
Kidding? Get yourself a McChicken with cheese.
McChicken.
Ooh,
Have you guys ever done a McMeter?
No, what's that?
McMeter.
What?
This is when you get a double cheeseburger and a McChicken, and you get both bottom,
wow.
the top of the McChicken bread, and then the bottom of the the cheesy double
Of the burger?
the burger, and you stack them, and you put fries in the middle with ketchup.
Dude, that sounds delicious.
It's a McMeter. That's a hood thing, dude.
That sounds,
Wow.
Try it tonight if
that
you.
sounds delicious.
That sounds like it'll put you out right
It'll
out.
put you out, dude.
It's so funny when you mentioned the Mac meter. I'm starting to.
That's the recipe for high blood pressure, dog.
Dude,
I was sitting there trying to figure out like.
That sounds like a rapper.
My heart rate's going
Well,
up here.
internationally, McDonald's has different menu
Yeah.
items they don't have over here. So I was like, which one of those is?
No, that's
But
some,
no, okay,
that,
it's just
that's
a-
some hood shit.
Ever seen that
thought it was
channel
like-
on YouTube, epicmeal.com?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, one time I tried there. I did the chicken sandwich casserole thing that they did.
Oh,
is
Epic
that?
Mealtime.
Yeah, from
oh,
Epic Mealtime.
yeah, Harley.
Yeah,
Oh, you did that?
Muscle
Yeah, dude.
glasses.
See,
Yeah.
what is
That's
that?
when you
'Cause-
go to Wendy's and get their chicken sandwich, go to McDonald's and get their chicken sandwich, and then go to like Burger King and get their
Get their
chicken
chicken
sandwich.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Then you
damn.
get fries and onion rings, large ones.
Yeah.
And you essentially layer it like you're making lasagna, and then you put cheese on top of all of it and put it in the oven so the cheese melts.
How do you respect yourself after that?
I didn't.
I mean, ideally, you have a group of people to eat. If you know, Epic
Yeah, it was a
Mealtime
group
has
of
a
us.
squad.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was a group of us.
No, I'm fucking with you, but that sounds crazy as hell, dude. Because during the pandemic, I finally went to go get checked out, just for other shit,
Right.
and I've always had blood pressure problems. So when in the beginning of the pandemic, it was fucking DoorDash all day, dog. Dude,
Honestly, it was the total opposite when the pandemic started.
Yeah.
I'm like, I was just cooking everything at home.
Oh yeah.
That was it. I didn't go out and I didn't get anything fast food from like March of last year till probably late May.
Wow. You know how much fucking promos you missed out on? I know. No, but the reason was I eventually I started feeling like shit, and I was like, okay, I gotta go get checked, and after, because at one point I was like, I can't give up double cheeseburgers, those double cheeseburgers that you do on a random day, like I'm driving, McDonald's, let me get a double cheeseburger. Those are dope,
Yeah.
Those you weren't planning. I already had dinner, but you know what? Ice cream and a double cheeseburger. That sounds delicious.
Is it weird that when I do that, I could never just get one? I always order two.
No way, really?
Yeah, because every time I get one, when I'm done with the one, I'm like, damn, I wish I had another one.
That's not weird at all.
But you burn it all off.
That was at contrast college when I have class at night sometimes. I didn't want to. If I a class start around 6 and I didn't want to wait for dinner home, I'll just hit Mickey D's down the street and grab 2 of those or 2 chicken sandwiches or 1 of each or something and just kill it, because it's fuck, it was under $5, dude. You can even get the little fries and a drink.
Yeah.
And it's not like they're big burgers.
No, they're not.
They're not
no.
nations level burgers.
Yeah, they're not the biggest thing on the menu at any place.
Yeah.
So it's
In Nations, after drinking, that's the best.
That's the spot right
That's the
there.
spot. A burger with chili cheese fries.
Yeah.
that and Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box
Yeah.
is number 2 because
Yeah.
Jack in the Box, you can have that in the middle of the night and just be like,
This crackhead food, dude. They're open 24
you'd be like,
No,
man, what
Jack, in
just happened?
Jack in the Box is definitely stoner food.
Yeah.
They even have like the munchies meal.
Exactly.
They know their audience.
I think me and Jose used to go. I think we used to go sometimes at night, like to Jack in the Box, like around 10:30, 11 p.m. to grab stuff.
Yeah,
and then go hang out with our buddy Marcus at one of his old jobs and just eat the food in the car, toss the trash there, and tip.
Yeah, no, man. I mean, I still kind of do that, you know, but it's different now because now I'm glad they're open like what 24 hours basically.
Most of them.
Yeah, because I go there for breakfast before work. But even that, like, you know, I try to cut back on because you can't do shit after eating one of those. Was it the one with the bacon and like sausage?
Oh, the loaded breakfast.
Yeah,
sandwich
dude.
thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, like, after I went to go get checked out, like, I was like, I gotta get up on my eating at home more, you know, and it. Oh shoot!
crap.
Look at. Oh, sorry about that.
Oh man, we really brought the bad energy.
Oh shit!
Brought the house down.
I think the title for this episode will be something like "The Chaos."
What happens when you invite the Inner
The
Monologue
chaos
podcast?
with the Inner Monologue.
Bringing down the house.
Yes, bring it down the house with Inner Monologue. The bad juju thing with Inner Monologue.
All right, this is our third attempt with Inner Monologue.
We
Bad things are
an
happening.
invite down the line,
Anything
but I
else
don't
happens,
know.
it's gonna ask us to leave.
You never know what's gonna happen at a party, especially the voice.
Yeah,
party.
dude, this is crazy. One thing I was gonna ask, I think I asked you earlier, but like, cause you guys got flagged on YouTube.
Yeah.
What was like? You mentioned what the topic was on what you guys were talking about.
The Capitol riots.
The Capitol riots.
Capitol
is a
riots.
Big thing for that episode.
Do you remember what you said? Is that episode available?
Yeah,
it's still up.
It is.
It's re-uploaded.
It's re-uploaded.
Yeah, so that makes it even weirder, right? Because we thought that was because we were covering that and it has some copyright images.
Right.
But we re-uploaded it and it's still up.
Yeah, I just think because of the timing, like right when it happened,
Yeah.
it was super sensitive. So I think they were like looking for that content.
Everything
so.
on social media was getting flagged: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Like,
On yours or
no, I
other
mean in
people's?
general. I think
In
like 'cause
general.
I was hearing like people tell me like, yeah, we posted this up and then it's gone, or
Yeah.
They just didn't want anyone inciting more riots.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe I don't know if any of our takes. Like, I don't recall what we said, but maybe I don't know if our takes were kind of inciting more riots. But
yeah, I think we all like as a group. I think the four of us kind of said it was just like ridiculous. Why would you do this? So
Yeah.
it was a very like we're very like against what had happened. We still got our stuff.
We also
taken down.
mentioned that if had those same rioters been of color.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's
It
probably,
would've-
that might have been the trigger.
It'd have been another Kent State.
Yeah.
You know, straight
hell
up. Yeah. They would have came out with the tanks, dude.
Dude.
Yeah.
Real
I mean,
talk.
yeah.
National Guard would have been there in less than 15 minutes.
Especially when they were killing that cop. Like
Dude, that was insane.
that, you know, has that ever happened in a BLM riot or anything like that, or a protest?
Not
I don't think
No,
I've ever
no,
seen
never.
someone get
Never
attacked
been.
like
Not
that at one of
not
those
a
riots.
cop.
Never been a Black
Like
Lives Matter.
I've seen
where
people
they
throw
killed
stuff
cops.
at like at the line of guys, you know, in riot gear, but I've
Yeah.
never seen like a
Yeah.
single cop get beat down like that.
I guarantee you, if Black Lives Matter had ever killed a police officer during their protests, there'd be no Black Lives Matter movement.
Yeah.
They'd
Yeah.
be done. They'd all be jailed, shot. No.
Yeah.
Well, it would have got shut down.
you know what was crazy too as well? You know how the most recent thing has been Stop Asian Hate.
Yeah.
Which I completely agree behind that. But no one came back and said Stop All Hate. No one said
Yeah.
Stop All
That's
Hate. So it's like-
true. I've been hearing about that too. Like
Yeah.
no one said, yeah.
So I was like, why is it like anything that has to do with black race? It's always just like people try to like not see color. And,
Right. Like
look past it.
it's okay. Like not it's okay if it's happening to black people, but like, you know, God damn it, it's gonna happen again.
All right.
It's the wind.
Now, you know what there is, JD? There's some sandbags in the back of my car. Okay. You want to weigh down the stands?
You guys need a hand?
The wind is picking up. Usually this doesn't happen. Usually it's a way smoother operation. People just show up and we talk for an hour.
Any other potential like risks?
I think we're okay.
Fucking roof caves in.
I mean, we've been here all day. This is the first time.
This is the first time we've ever fucking had this
And
much
we
shit.
see little pieces of drywall come down. We
Yeah.
bolt out of here.
A fucking plane comes in.
We're near the Concord Airport. It can happen.
Yeah, exactly.
The earthquake.
It's like fucking Donnie Darko up in here. Just an engine
know.
falls on somebody.
Yeah. In other alternative universe, we had a successful podcast. With Donnie Darko. Like,
And this one, we all end up in the hospital.
yeah, dude. Jesus. Yeah, I think it's bad luck having you guys around, dude.
Yeah.
That
This
fucking.
guy's gonna run in here and stab me.
Oh man.
Man, he put it out there.
I don't know if we're gonna get more collabs after this one.
I don't know if I'm gonna live through this shit, dog. Like, what the fuck?
Oh man, one of us is gonna catch.
Oh, hey, man, look, I know CPR. I'll pump your chest.
Oh yeah, you're in the medical. Yeah. How's it been during, like, how scary is it to work in that field during the pandemic?
For me, it's kind of weird because when I was working as an EMT in an ambulance, my last position was a supervisor.
Oh, nice.
So I really wasn't on the ambulance all the time. I was more like an admin, and every now and then I'd jump on for a call.
Perfect timing,
help
huh?
out
To
and
switch over.
So I left the job like last March, on March 10th last year, because I was just fed up with the new management and everything, and I just said, screw it, I'm out. And Ricky kind of hooked me up with a job at Amazon for a little bit, so I worked with him doing deliveries and everything, and that was cool. And I said to myself, you know what, I kind of want to take a break for a little bit, so I let that go for a little while. And then I got into this company that provides like EMTs for construction sites. And they're like, yeah, your number one task is to like check everybody for COVID symptoms every single morning and throughout the entire day as they come to work.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, damn, I know I dodged a bullet by leaving the ambulance field, but now it's like I'm going to be in the heat of it again.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it still is a little scary.
Yeah.
Even though I just got vaccinated last week, but I still have that like lingering in the back of my mind that I can still catch it, you know?
Yeah.
And hopefully it doesn't affect me too bad, but I could still possibly spread it. And if someone, even if they have the vaccine, maybe they might still not, it still could be, you know, like fatal to them. So
That's the scariest thing about this whole thing. Like, aside from, if I catch it for being an idiot, whatever, fuck it, you know, but if I'll deal with it, but like if I spread it to some old person or my parents,
my dad's in his 80s, so like luckily he got vaccinated, but before he did, like, man, every morning waking up to go to work, I was like, damn, I'm really doing this for a paycheck.
Yeah. And that's
we don't have a choice.
Yeah, that's the fucked up thing about it. Like, we look at Australia or New Zealand and they're done with the COVID.
Yeah. Yep.
And we're still like having debates whether it's just real.
They just don't allow people to like travel in from other countries.
Yeah, dude.
That, and like I'm pretty sure they, unlike our country, they stayed home, right?
Yeah,
but
no,
they also
were
got
way
paid.
more strict about it than we were.
Yeah, and they got paid. And I've said this before, I'll say it again. For whatever reason, wealthiest nation of all nations, and yet somehow we can't, and the other countries who are supposedly not as prosperous as we are actually paying their citizens. The fuck?
No, yeah.
It's insane.
No,
That's how you stay wealthy.
I'm not going to lie. I think about that every day, and I'm like, this is effing ridiculous. We really can't. Like, it's like everything we've done, and this is just my opinion. I'm not speaking for them, or but I feel like everything we've done to combat this on a state-by-state level, I think California has done a pretty decent job, not the best job, but I think like other states and on the federal government level, I think we've done somewhat like of just maybe up until the beginning of this year, kind of a half-assed job, kind of like a mediocre job. It's like it's all a bunch of patchwork that doesn't really like flow well, doesn't work together.
I mean, we're slapping band-aids on gunshots.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much.
You're not putting a chest seal on that. That's a freaking little Band-Aid. Here, you get back up and get back out there.
The problem with us in this country is that, for example, we had really strict quarantine rules here in the state, but Nevada didn't. And people are coming across that border back and forth all the time.
And a lot of the people that didn't believe in it here would go party over there.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Saw a lot of that, yeah.
People were out in like Arizona partying like Lake Havasu last spring break and stuff. They didn't give a damn.
And I hope they all died. just putting that out there.
I know. Like, you guys are having some crazy fun out
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I don't hope they died.
Was it worth it, motherfucker?
Yeah, exactly. That sucked. That's what I had a rule for, like, hangouts. You know, if that was even a thing.
Yeah.
If they kind of express like, I don't believe in that shit. Like, oh, I don't have to hang out with you. You know.
Like, see you in 2022.
Totally. Yeah.
That's my rule. Like, I can't hang out with this fool if he thinks this way. You know.
Right.
And then that's when we decided to go over to doing it virtually, which it helped us out because before we didn't really have structure. We did, but you know. And like for me, that's one of the things that came. That was like a benefit of the pandemic. What has been that for you guys? I mean, aside from the podcast.
I mean, I've been working remotely since the pandemic started.
Yeah.
So, for me, I had kind of a newborn infant
Oh, nice.
right when the pandemic started. So she was like 2 months old. So,
Yeah.
I got to see her kind of grow up during the pandemic. And
Nice.
it's a trip because I know back in the day, if you got the cold, you still were expected to go to work.
Yeah.
And then you're spreading the cold to all your coworkers. Yeah. So now with COVID, I think that shit's never gonna fly.
They wanted herd immunity.
Now you're like, if you're sick of anything, stay home.
Stay home. Allergies, fucking whole week, dog. Stay home.
I had a guy show up to work. He was
Why
like,
risk it?
"Oh, I'm fine." It's just like,
Nah.
You're out of here, bro. I'm gonna tell your manager you're not coming in.
Pull out your AR-15 on that guy. Yeah.
What that is.
Want to pull out a 12 gauge? Just what
Yeah,
did I
yeah.
just say?
I hear that's a thing to do in America. Just whip out the AR.
Everyone has one in their car. In their,
Like, look at that. He just got a beautiful one in the back of his truck. Hanging in the window.
Dude, you know what's crazy about that thing? Because I work construction during the pandemic, and like the test that you have to sign. Hey, have you been exposed? No, that's it.
Like,
All
you
right,
have no
good.
effing clue.
Yeah,
Come on in.
come on in.
Yeah, I know, dude. Like, I'm like, hey, man, review all these questions, the symptoms. Like, no. Have you been exposed? No. Have you been out of state? I'm like, I
I'm
know.
coughing.
You told me your plans for the weekend. I'm not gonna bust you out.
I'm coughing up my lungs and I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
You know?
That happens all the time. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah. No, I was smoking weed, bro. I was smoking coughing. Oh, thank God.
Like, I'd rather admit to that and get pissed
Exactly.
at than tell you I'm sick.
Oh no.
But this comedian Samuel Bade, he's a local guy. He had this joke when the big pandemic first started that he was on a plane like right when the pandemic started, and he said they felt turbulence more than ever and no one panicked, but when someone coughed, it was like the place was like going crazy. He's like people would rather be in the movie Castaway than be Tom Hanks. It's like the time Tom Hanks.
My mom said the same thing. She flew to Italy last January and she came back in the last February, beginning of the month.
Yeah.
And she came back like first week of March, and she said everyone on the plane was dead quiet.
Yeah.
And she was coming back from Italy where it was like going nuts,
Oh, it was
right?
bad, yeah.
And she was just like, yeah, like people in the streets are like covered up. Everybody's really quiet. You get to the airport, it's like the airports are kind of like hollow. Nobody's there. It's all empty. She said when she transferred planes in Germany, like same thing. Everybody was super quiet. And yeah, no one like freaked out about anything on that flight except, have you heard a sneeze? Have you heard a cough?
Yeah. It's all
Everybody was
bad.
like,
Quarantine them. They stuck you in the little
like shit,
bathroom.
we're stuck. Yeah, I know, right? Put duct tape around the edges.
Remember that fucking boat that was here in Oakland?
Oh,
with
dude.
a bunch of sick people.
Yeah.
It's like 1492 all over. A boat with sick people.
Yeah, I know.
Trying to dock. You know, that was like the first. I remember the first one that I read about was some lady in Berkeley that had COVID-19, and it's just like from there, it's like everyone had it, man. It was crazy.
Dude,
That's what you mentioned. You mentioned this on an episode that you, after years of watching zombie movies, you understand how easy it is to spread shit. Motherfuckers that get bit and then lie. No, I wasn't bit.
I just sneezed on him.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it was crazy. Actually, working construction, I met a relative of the first patient who died.
Oh, wow.
In Santa Clara.
Yeah.
Of COVID.
Oh shit.
He was like, yeah, that
Did
was
they
my
try to
cousin.
tell you that they didn't have COVID?
No, he literally said it like, no, I believe this shit's real because that was my cousin who died. Everybody's talking about.
Oh wow.
I was like, oh,
Did he say he wasn't exposed though?
no, he said he was. Because he met with her
It was
prior
like,
to that, and
this is a friend.
this is like a coworker at work.
He was like, "Yeah, it's true, bro." No. I was gonna say, "Yeah, man, I believe in it." Like,
So how old was the person that died anyway?
She was like in her mid 40s
Wow.
or something, or late 40s.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, of course, I was worried about it. I remember when it first got announced, when it wasn't a pandemic yet. I did a comedy show as Nacho Libre.
Nice.
I did an alcoholic Nacho Libre. I was wearing like a red flannel, blue shorts, and the mask. And when I came in, I was giving everyone hugs, and I kissed some guy in the head.
Oh,
and it was I was just and like a few days after that, it was like, oh, it's a pandemic. I'm like, oh shit.
I really just did something wrong.
I was just making out with strangers, and now like
What's
Yeah,
funny
dude.
was, so it was like last February when I was still at that ambulance company, we're getting briefings from the CDC. And one day, like, they start talking about a dry cough, and I'm like, man, I've been coughing like a motherfucker
yeah.
for days now. oh crap. And they're telling us what to tell our crews to like ask people like if they have this, have that, if they've traveled. And I'm just thinking, I kind of feel this, I kind of feel that. Oh my God, am I sick? Like,
That's fucking crazy.
One of my friends, she's a nurse at I forgot what hospital in San Francisco, and she said, like during the beginning of the pandemic, a lot of people were just having a lot of anxiety and just having like a regular sore throat, nothing related with COVID, and they were coming like flooding in the hospitals, and a lot of it was just anxious, like anxiety.
And they're just like so unknown. Like you didn't know how you actually got COVID.
Yeah.
So I remember like grocery shopping. That was like in the beginning such a trip. Like I'm always like a morning person, line up. And when COVID happened, people were like, let's go as early as possible to avoid the crowds.
Yeah.
And I recall someone coughing, and I was like, oh, snap.
I was at freaking Food Max, and that thing was packed like at 1:30 in the afternoon, like the day before they sent the shelter in place message.
Yeah.
Like San Francisco's sheltering in place. Like now, like this city's doing it.
Yeah.
And then that mass message went out that afternoon. I'm like, oh crap,
Bro, I would get home and just like strip to my boxers and
Me
garage.
too.
You know?
Me too, dude.
give me the Lysol wipes.
During the beginning of the pandemic, I would wear gloves and like mask and not glasses, but I would just like cover up. I looked like I was fucking what are those
Homemade isolation.
Yeah, those people that investigate crime scenes and they have to be like, super, like I was going
crime scene technicians.
Yeah, dude, and now it's like the other day I'm not saying I forgot, but I did this to try these grapes. Like I had to make sure these grapes are good. Oh, dude! And I was like, oh shit, because I think a lot of us are starting to get comfortable.
Oh yeah, totally.
Which I'm trying to still be like on guard, but. You like to make sure grapes are good before you buy them,
Yeah, no, I mean, I remember I was gloved up, masked up. I'd go on a grocery run. I'd come in. I'd immediately go take a shower.
Yeah.
Because I was outside.
Run straight from the sink and like start like wash it up all the way to your elbows.
Yes.
Have you guys like went on dates during the pandemic? Any of you?
No, I'm married.
Oh, you're married. Are you married now?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Actually.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
So I met my girlfriend the day I quit my ambulance job.
During the pandemic?
We met through the Facebook dating app, so we started chit-chatting, but we didn't like meet in person for like almost 2 months, right?
Yeah.
And it got to the point where like, I was just like, dude, what the hell? I mean, I just want to meet this person. I don't give a shit anymore. So we met up at a park.
Pandemic loneliness.
Yeah, we met exactly. I was like, fuck it. Like I like this person. Like we got a lot in common. I'm done with this whole texting back and forth every single day. It was cool, but
that's like the most romantic shit. You want to risk this shit and just meet? If we get sick, we'll be in love.
Yeah, pretty much. And we met up at a park outside and everything. We hung out for like 2 hours talking.
Yeah.
And then we just started going like on dates every week, but we'd mask up and everything wherever we go. And we carry hand sanitizer with us and all that shit. And eventually we're just like, we've had the most fun probably because of the pandemic. There's no crowds anywhere.
Exactly.
Like, there's people's like we went down to LA in November when we went back into that second shutdown.
Oh yeah.
And by the way, that was awesome because there's no traffic on any freeway.
Oh,
you
man.
could get from point to point like 10, 15 minutes. Just jump on an on-ramp and go.
Isn't it crazy we're willing to risk population's lives just to have a better commute? You thought about it. You know what? Let's go.
We made jokes about it. We're like, I mean, what's the worst that could? We know what's the worst that could happen. We're just like,
what's that could happen?
You could die.
You could die. Yeah.
You could die.
I'd rather die happy.
Like I Am Legend, and you're like, look at how small the traffic is.
Exactly.
Neville doesn't understand how lucky he is.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, you mentioned the grocery stores earlier. I remember this was like a couple months into the pandemic. I was at Lucky's over there in Pinole. And you know how they have that self-checkout line to the entrance? Yeah. So I was there at the self-checkout, and I started like coughing on my spit. Not I wasn't sick or anything. You know, you cough on your
goes down the wrong pipe.
I was yawning and and then I did this, and my mask was covering my eyes, and I was coughing, and then I finally I've tried not to cough. I was like, when you're trying to,
you're gonna die from that more than anything else.
And I was in line with all my shit, ready to do the self checkout, and then I noticed everyone's looking at me.
You got some death stares, huh?
Hella. And then
This mother.
the lady
Get
working
us all killed.
the lady working the register. She
starts shaking and everything.
She calls this big dude who works there, and then he's looking at me, and they're looking at me, and then I see he comes back with a spray and hella towels. After I did the self checkout, they stopped the customer behind me, and then they wiped it all down. I'm like, what the fuck?
But you think they would do that after every single?
I know, right? Yeah.
Supposed to
No,
do
it's
that
this
after
dude who's
everybody.
coughing. He's
this fucking
patient
guy.
zero. We gotta get him.
It's like security screening at the airport. Totally random.
Exactly. And you know what? That shit happened. And I know it was. And this is how fucking powerful it is. Like, I started. Do I have COVID?
You're walking out the door freaking out like,
Yeah.
"Dude, do I have this?
Do I have this shit? They're all looking at me. I must have it, Yeah. And I think that's happened to a lot of people, man. Like,
Oh, totally.
For sure, dude.
Yeah.
For sure.
Hey, how's it being married, man?
It's fun.
Yeah?
It was crazy.
How long you been married?
A little over a year now.
I thought you were already
Dude, I
married.
literally got married at the end of 2019, and then the pandemic hit.
Oh,
It was like the universe testing us. Like, oh, you guys want to spend the rest of your life together?
Do it for 2 weeks.
You guys aren't allowed to go nowhere.
That's the thing. I didn't even like. Amazon did not give a shit about this pandemic.
No.
Like
Nope.
for
They fucking-
nothing. No,
they took
printed
advantage
They
of it.
printed out a letter,
Yeah.
and gave it to every driver, everybody that worked there that said, "I am an essential worker."
I mean,
I felt like
busier
we
than ever.
got a ton of letters when I was there. But
yeah,
every
you get a
week.
new one every day.
If
You
not,
work, you
yeah.
get a new one.
Yeah,
Damn.
Jeff Bezos is like, not a cent, damn it.
Yeah.
We aren't losing a cent.
Not a fucking cent.
Dude.
You calling in sick? Why? Why? Do they
Contaminated
Call
the
you
warehouse.
personally?
Yeah.
We'll miss it down and then we'll keep going.
Exactly.
Dude, it's crazy how much they didn't slow up. All they did was every time you entered the building, because here's the stupid part.
Yeah.
If you were in a van,
Yeah.
they'd scan you and hand you a bracelet, right? But then after that, every time you drove the van into the building, they didn't even, as long as you had a bracelet on,
They didn't question
they
shit.
didn't question you.
Wow.
But if you're walking into the building, they had like basically a camera that was a thermometer
Oh, yeah.
pointed at you, and you have to stand there and get scanned every single time.
They scan you
sci-fi
and
stuff
you're over
about
100.
I remember.
Dial down.
They-
He's okay.
I remember when
He's
I was
fine.
starting to work there, like in the mornings, like we log into our little Amazon app. Do you have a fever? No. Are you experiencing this? No. Have a fun day at work. that was like what,
That's
the
all it
first
was,
couple
yeah.
of weeks. We're
That's
like,
all it was.
I'm like
That's
looking at Ricky,
crazy.
because he's been there longer than I have. I'm like, bro, is this all they're doing? He's like, yeah.
Yeah,
pretty much.
basically.
Wow.
I was like, okay.
Sounds so.
And we were still chilling out in like crowds outside, no masks on or
Yeah.
nothing. Like,
People would still hang out outside, no mask, nothing.
That's crazy.
Like,
I mean, right now, well, I'm not wearing a mask. I mean, I still wear masks. I just, I see you guys wearing it.
we
Cool.
want to show off our merch. Bro.
Yeah, exactly. I've started to feel a little bit more comfortable because he's vaccinated and you're vaccinated.
Almost. I just got the
Oh
first
yeah,
shot.
you got the first
Yeah,
shot.
yeah.
We got J&J.
We got J&J.
We haven't
and
died
got
a few
yet.
days
J&J.
later, find out about the whole blood clot situation.
We're like,
and I was like, oh, so I might still just die.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's just gonna be from COVID.
We
Bro.
found the cure. We're still gonna die.
Like, I might have a massive like stroke from a freaking from a blood clot. That's great.
You know,
Yeah.
Turns out the cure for COVID is death.
Yeah. Either way, you're going out.
So I heard that the Johnson & Johnson, the big victims were these women who were, I think they were pregnant, or they were taking some sort
I
of
think they were on birth control.
birth
That's what they
control.
were saying.
There's birth control.
Because birth control does cause like blood clotting and stuff. It's,
Yeah, it does.
It is a risk when you take
Yeah.
it.
So it's highly probable that it was more of the the birth control meds
Kind of mixing with that.
Interacting.
Yeah, interacting with the
and
vaccine.
not the vaccine itself.
Because that thing is it was like 6 cases. They were all women.
Oh really? All
One
the
of them, I
same?
think, had
Yeah.
like died.
And I think it was like
and then the rest were
36
just
million
really bad.
vaccines, something like that. So like 6 out of 36 million.
Yeah,
Super
that's
small percentage.
yeah.
Right.
Well, did-
6 million.
Were they all related by any chance? I'm just
So yeah,
or you look deep in like, oh, they're all
I was
related.
just like, I was questioning
It's a
like,
genetic
what,
thing.
like,
It's a
what's
movie.
their health? Like, what are they taking? You know, like,
Yeah.
It's crazy because that let me know what my mom thought of my brother and I, because she immediately texted us like, hey, you guys got this vaccine, right? How are you guys feeling? And then we had to explain to her that they was all women, and she's like, okay, but how are you guys feeling?
Oh yeah.
I feel like shit from the vaccine for a couple days. That's it.
Hey Ricky, you take birth control, right? Birth control. Yeah. Is that a thing?
Male birth control? I think recently I saw an article.
They were
about
trying
that.
to
How does
make,
that even
like,
work? What does it stop?
I have no idea. It's probably
It-
makes
it
your
probably kills off your sperm that you're producing.
Doesn't Mountain Dew already do that?
Probably just like makes them like, you're not potent no more. Go out there and just.
Your balls just explode.
I mean, they should just encourage you to drink Mountain Dew if you don't want to have.
Yeah, I thought that was.
At least it's delicious.
Yeah.
I seen the article where they like install an on and off switch.
Oh no!
Yeah,
No, what's that?
Yeah,
No
it was
way.
like this. They make an incision in your sack, and they fucking have this little like on and off switch that you could turn on.
Oh, was that a vasectomy?
It's like a vasectomy.
It's like a vasectomy procedure.
So if you want to like ejaculate,
yeah,
like swimmers that are capable,
you could switch it
Wow.
up.
oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
I don't know if I want that installed in me though. But
I don't
I mean,
think.
if you're, it seems like a good thing to have if you don't want a total, vasectomy.
A total vasectomy.
yeah,
I don't think I have to worry about that, man. Because with my ex, I think we were kind of trying at one point, and nothing ever happened for like a year. So I think I'm good.
You had an off switch. You had an off switch.
Yeah, dude.
Natural
My
off
fucking
switch.
gut just turns off the off.
Yeah, like-
turns it off.
Let me adjust it real quick.
That's what I've heard. Like if you lose weight, like I'm overweight, that like it'll help. But it's like, well, okay, I'm not gonna lose weight then. That's the case.
he's gonna be like, "You're doing this on purpose."
You do, yeah. Hey, put that donut down, motherfucker. Like, yeah.
Like, stop risking your health. But it keeps us from.
Exactly.
So where did you guys get the Johnson & Johnson vaccination?
I got it at Kaiser Richmond.
Yeah, I got it at Contra Costa College.
Oh
on the campus.
wow! I went to the Richmond Auditorium, and that's where they stuck me with Moderna, and I'm like, I wanted a one shot, like
That's
go
crazy.
out.
'Cause
Yeah.
My brother went to the Richmond Auditorium and he got the Johnson & Johnson.
Oh my gosh!
It's like
Well,
you
it
can't
was-
choose which you
I know.
It was kind of weird because when I
show
got
up,
there
like,
last
this is
week,
what we got.
It's like a carnival. You throw the thing at
Here's what's
Moderna.
funny, like
goddamn.
Kaiser had, I think, Moderna and J&J.
Yeah.
And I went there last Saturday, and they're like, "Well, we have Johnson & Johnson. Would you like that?" And I'm like,
Wait, you actually got to choose?
"Yeah, I actually got to choose." I was like, "Yeah, sure."
Which one did you choose?
Johnson & Johnson. They're like,
Oh, shit.
"Yeah, sure. One shot and done. Why not?" And then I go get it, put it in and everything. Like I sat the observation thing for a few minutes, and then I left. And then the next day, I'm like, "Holy crap! I feel sick as fuck."
Oh, really?
Yeah, like
That's
last
weird.
Sunday.
Everyone's had a different reaction to it.
That second injection, like for people with the
For
Pfizer
Moderna?
and Moderna, they said the second one is exactly the way you
Oh
felt
yeah,
with the one. And
my dad got Pfizer, and he said on the second shot, he was driving around San Francisco. Next thing you know, he's like, felt hella sick. He felt like a fever. And he puked on the side of the road at one point.
Wow.
And I was like, didn't the doctors tell you to like stay home when you got your second shot? 'Cause you're like 83. And he's like, yeah, I didn't listen. I was like, no shit, you never do.
That's crazy.
You picture a world in the future where like society's fallen and like we're divided by gangs of Moderna, the Pfizer, the Johnson is like the best one, because that's how it feels when people talk about what they.
J&J's running this pot of
Yeah,
town,
yeah.
son.
Yep.
Yeah.
What?
Moderna guys are about to execute a Pfizer guy like cartel. That would be a skit.
I had no choice.
That would be a fun skit.
It really is a thing though,
We
because
should
when
make
I told my siblings I got the Johnson & Johnson.
Yeah.
And they all had like the Moderna or the Pfizer.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, well that's only about 60%.
Yeah, no, it's
fuck
a
it, I'll
thing.
take my chance.
It's a thing. My parents were saying like,
Well, we're
don't get
comparing
J&J.
percentages here. I just got the damn shot.
Who did you vote for? Like,
Oh yeah, that's probably the next thing coming up.
what were you saying?
No, I was saying like my parents were like, don't get the J&J, and I was like, well, you can't choose. It's like whatever
Yeah.
you show up, and I'm Team Pfizer. That's what like I went to.
Team Pfizer.
I went to the Kaiser in San Rafael because like Solano basically
yeah.
had no appointments, like they had no supply,
Yeah.
and then you just show up and they got the big letterhead saying Pfizer today.
Did you notice that when you're looking for appointments? Because I used to go get checked. Like the like all these cities, these rich cities, they all have availability because I guess no one's getting
Yeah.
vaccine there
Yep.
or whatever. Like San Rafael, Santa Clara,
They already got it.
or they already got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just weird.
Yeah,
I
I did caught on to that. Like all the Walnut Creek had availability too.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I see it.
Yeah, I see.
I was
so
like
I just,
looking at appointments in the Richmond area, right?
Yeah.
On Kaiser's, like through the Kaiser app, and I was like, okay, Wednesday, there's 2 appointments. I have to work during that time. I go to Saturday. I'm like, really? All you got is 4 p.m. in the afternoon? Damn.
Jeez.
All right. Well, guess I'll take my chances with this one.
yeah, dude. It's crazy now because I don't think anyone's getting tested for COVID anymore. I did it kind of habitually because I was
my
working.
wife would do that like every week.
Until one point we're like, you fucking cum when the thing is in your nose. No, but like,
Oh yeah.
oh yeah,
That's. I
I'm
like
sorry.
the pain now.
Yeah, I need a cigarette.
Stick it in your nose and like, wow, this felt way better than the last time.
Oh man, I'm glad I had dinner before we did this.
But like, when I first went to get tested back then, it's like, a fucking line to get in, dude. Now it's like I'm the only guy in there when I go. It's like, yeah, see you next week. Like, all right. It's weird, man. I hope
They know you by name.
Yeah.
They know me by name. Yeah. You knew yourself this time. You get weird when I do it. Like, okay, all right. Yeah. What do you guys like? Like going back to the podcast, man. Like what do you guys have coming up with it, or what do you want to do with it eventually? Just
Man, good
elaborate.
question.
Honestly, I don't think we've talked about that, have we?
Yeah, we honestly.
Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah,
Yeah, like we're just
rolling
growing as we go
along with it.
along.
Yeah.
I mean, we were surprised the other day. I think Jose signed us up to some weird, some website where they
Pod charts.
Yep,
It's pod charts.
What's that?
It's pod charts.
Oh,
It'll
pod
tell
charts,
you,
yeah.
It'll tell you how you're doing, and
Yeah.
like we got this email. It was like, oh, today you were number 4 in Fiji, and I was like, who the fuck listens to us in Fiji?
Yeah, right. And then we find out from Marcus, because he looked into it, like, oh yeah, we bumped Joe Rogan in Fiji to number 5, and we're like,
What?
Which is
which we just yeah, thanks.
Bravo!
Hell yeah.
We're like, yo, is Joe Rogan paying attention to this? Because if he is, he should bring us on. We could.
I know, right?
Yes.
It's just weird to like see it. Other people in other countries, like,
Yeah.
it
It
you
is.
guys getting started. Like, you tell your friends, you tell people, and some of them will listen, and they're like, can't wait till next week's episode. But
Isn't it weird having your loved ones listen, like people that know you?
My family stopped giving a shit.
Yeah. But
Yeah, I don't-
isn't it weird that like they're listening? Like, ugh. I don't know why I get weird.
At times, it just feels like it's the only time they listen to me.
Okay. Okay. I feel for you, but yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It was weird. Like, my sister's boyfriend did a shout out on Instagram for us.
Yeah.
And then Jose was like, yo, you know this guy? And I was like, oh, yeah, that's my sister's boyfriend.
It's crazy how like you because since we started this, like I've had people that I know reach out that they listen, and I had no idea they were listening.
Yes.
And it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, man. And one of the weirdest things that's happened that you guys could probably relate, we did an episode on anxiety because I get crippling anxiety attacks. I'm one of those that goes in thinking it's a heart attack, which I'm sure you've seen.
I've actually lived through that.
Exactly. I'm one of those where they connect you like, oh, you're just fat and you have anxiety. Okay, thanks.
Thank you, doctor. That's why I pay for health insurance.
We actually did an episode about that, and like I opened up about stuff about that I've never really shared, because I'm always posting just goofy shit online and whatnot, and I have people reach out like, yeah, I have anxiety too. I'm like, yeah, cool, man. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, like-
I don't have answers for you.
Like, I'm not an expert.
Right?
No.
Like, I can't prescribe nothing for you, man.
Yeah,
What are you coming to me for?
it sucks, doesn't it? Like, yeah, all right. Like,
That's the whole conversation.
Exactly.
You know what? Finding community with people.
it is good.
It's good.
Yeah,
It's-
I agree. I'm just saying, like, the ones that have kind of approached me about it,
Yeah.
it's kind of like, I get anxiety attacks too. It's like, I don't know what to do. It's like,
Me neither. That's
me
why
neither.
we talked about
That's
it.
why I'm calling for
Find out,
answers.
let me know.
Yeah.
No, I definitely get it. But I see what you mean by weird, because like sometimes on the podcast we'll talk about things that I usually just shoot the shits around with them. But when it comes to random people hearing it, I don't care. But then somebody else that I know hears it, and it's like, oh, so now you know what I really think about you.
Right. and then as close as you may be with your friend, like close friends and family, to a certain extent, you open up to strangers about things, or your friends
Yeah.
like them.
Yeah.
Or the mic.
The mic.
It's insane how much I've opened
crazy.
up to the mic.
Yeah.
And not realizing the next day where you're like,
Oh, dude, I've gotten
oh,
so
shit,
many
that's gonna go
compliments
in the
from people
internet.
because of that.
like,
Yeah.
I've had people at work like come up to me like, yeah, your boy Ricky said some cool stuff yesterday. I'm like,
Yeah.
awesome. I'll let him know.
That's that's interesting too, because like I've had like, oh yeah, I like how he breaks down certain stuff. I'm like, I mentioned it to him, like, cool, and it's like they don't even know each other, and it's kind of cool to like, it's to a certain extent. Then you feel like I felt like you don't own this shit no more. Like, you put it out there, it's
yeah.
Yeah, no.
it's,
that's true.
yeah.
it's not for you.
You
It's-
make yourself
for the
vulnerable
public.
by doing it, because
Yeah.
it's like you're giving others like stuff about yourself that even to yourself you're kind of scared to talk about.
Yeah, and you would never bring it up with loved ones sometimes.
Yeah, even then.
Yeah.
Like
which, you know,
That's true.
I'm sure my loved ones don't listen, but that's okay. And in a way, kind of feel liberated that they don't.
Oh, dude, my girlfriend listens to every episode, and like I think she called me out on an incident I had where some idiot in a truck almost like crashed into me at an intersection. So he ran the intersection.
Oh shit!
And I didn't tell her about it that weekend, right? And then she's like, "So what?" Like I get a text message because she listened to the episode. What happened on Saturday? I was like,
You're like, you didn't mention that.
"Oh, well, you know, there's this thing where this dude he ran the intersection. He almost clipped me." And she's like, "How come I'm just hearing about this through the podcast?" I'm like,
Which would be really funny because I mostly have sisters.
Yeah.
So if they heard like some of the, so as a segue, we'll use a dirty joke.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah, I've heard that. Yeah. You usually the one that does it, no?
No, so everybody does. So whoever the host is that day, we'll segue. We'll be like, okay,
dirty joke.
Yeah, we'll do the dirty jokes.
Nice.
But it's super funny because it'd be interesting to see how my sisters will react to that.
Right. Which is uncomfortable sometimes, you know, especially with like my family. We don't talk about sex at all. You know, it's taboo. It's weird. So when like I do talk about, I hooked up, you know, in the pandemic, and like we were wearing masks, and then we didn't wear rubber. It's just so weird. And like I think about that, like someone in the family's gonna hear that. It's like, oh shit.
they bring this up at a reunion in like a year or two.
He's fucking without condoms.
Hey, what's this? I heard about you going raw during the pandemic.
Yeah,
I had my mask on.
I have a mask on.
I was protected from the Rona.
Yeah. Oh man. And you guys are like on every platform now.
Yeah, every platform.
Every platform.
So Marcus set us up with Anchor.
Oh yeah.
And pretty much they distribute to Apple Podcasts,
Spotify.
Everything.
Yeah. That Anchor's been like pretty cool, man, because they put everything that you have, like, because you know, I'm
It's
sure
like
the
a link
analytics.
Yep.
Like the top one, of course, is US for us, and then Canada. Like after US is Canada. So
I think for us the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah, the UK is like our number 2.
Yeah.
that's so weird, man. And then after that is Ireland. So for you guys, we'll say for you guys, it's weird just how random that is.
I guess it'd probably be Fiji after that.
Fiji.
All right.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like we got Spain in there.
Nice.
We still don't got Mexico, which we
that's
got
the weird
two
part.
Mexicans on here. And
We gotta do a Spanish episode. I think we're gonna start doing some Spanish. Because you're half Mexican, you pull it off, right?
Marcus can speak some Spanish. You could probably.
Yeah. He's in Texas.
What was that other podcast
Solo
that reached out to us from?
español.
I think it was
from South Africa.
Yeah, that was weird. Some guy wants to do like a collab with us from
South Africa?
South Africa.
Have you had?
Oh, do it.
Have you had some weird like people like not weird? I'm not saying
Interesting, like some things that would
interesting.
match.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But like
we had this guy
I would
that
never.
was a motivational speaker.
Yeah.
That wanted to do a collab with us, and
Out
I
of
think
Florida.
he finally heard some of the episodes and the content on there, and was like, you know, on second thought, I don't think our times line up. Like,
Yeah, dude.
Bro, just say you're not interested.
I just every time I hear the word motivational speaker, I laugh now. You guys know who Norm Macdonald is? The comedian Norm Macdonald.
Nah.
He has this joke where he said, "I blew a speaker this weekend in my car." And then he pauses. A motivational speaker. So every time I hear that word, I think of that.
But what if I'm listening to a motivational speech and I have it so amped up in the car that it blows my speakers?
That's possible. That's possible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
but how are you blowing him though?
Yeah,
You
but
know?
are you blowing the
speaker?
I mean, maybe because I turn it up so high.
Depends on where the comma is, right?
Yeah, exactly. All right, man. You guys, we've been at it for an hour. We almost died a couple of times.
Yeah, we've had some bad luck.
We've had some bad luck, but you know, so far, like nothing else has happened. Again, thank you guys for coming by, man. We've been in contact on Instagram. That's how this all happened. And I went to school with these two guys.
I think you got me on IG and
I got
Facebook,
you on IG
bro.
and Facebook. Yeah,
So-
we don't know each other that well, but we know similar.
But it's like we've kind of followed each other through the years.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've known about
if you're
this
on Twitter, I'll definitely
for a
get your
while.
Twitter before you go.
Oh, you're on Twitter.
go,
You
yeah.
run the Twitter.
I run the Twitter, and then I have my own Twitter account, which I'm proud to say that on my personal Twitter account, I'm known for getting blocked at least once a week.
Oh, nice. That's
We
good.
like to say Ricky trolls people not only online but in real life.
Yeah.
So when you blog, do you feel like you don't exist?
No, actually, it's
I'm just
funny to me
kidding.
because it's like, wow, I actually said something to a complete stranger that got so far under their skin that I am now part of their, like, they
Yeah.
want to see this.
That's
Wow,
You're part of the
banned?
people they hate for life.
yeah, dude.
Yep.
Man, you run the Twitter, you run the Instagram,
Instagram, yeah.
and
I run
then,
the Facebook.
You run the Facebook.
And we might be running a Snapchat We're still kind of working on developing it, but we might be running that too.
And then Marcus does our TikTok.
Oh, the TikTok.
Yep.
I just got on TikTok to I did one TikTok just to get views on it, a stupid thing that I did, and then I just started posting the voice party clips just to get people to look at it. But you were running. Who was running the Twitter? That's just fucking brilliant the way you guys do it.
We don't have a Twitter.
We have a Twitter, but it was Gaspar, the guy that no longer with us.
I need the password. I will gladly run the Twitter if you give me the.
Yeah, because
I freaking.
Because we kind of had that going, but he left the group, and then it just it never worked out.
I swear, if it weren't for the occasional meme or other reference, you would probably think that my Instagram page is the Voice Party page. Because I post up every week, and
which running social media is like a part-time job.
It kind of is.
It is.
Yeah, and I think it's. I mean, because before I did this, I would advertise all my stand-up comedy shows on there, and that's really all I ever did. Yeah. To have people come out and it's so underrated as free advertiser, man. Literally, I mean, you guys are growing every other day. I see you guys have new milestones.
Oh, thanks, man.
Man. So proud of you guys, for real. Yeah, that's why I reached out to do this thing, man. So again, thank you guys for coming by, man. You guys have any shout outs or where we could find you individually or the show itself?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, before we could do our shout outs, man, thank you for having us. I know, the Voice Party's been around longer than us, and truthfully, you guys laid the blueprint for us, because when we looked at starting podcasts, we're like, well, what do we do with it, right?
We were flying blind for months.
And just your IG was kind of inspiration for me to run an IG.
Man.
So
right on. Thank you.
So thanks for laying the blueprint.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
As far as the Inner Monologue podcast, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, pretty much all your platforms, and then we're on Facebook, TikTok,
OnlyFans.
Twitter.
OnlyFans
is coming soon.
I have an OnlyFans, bro. I do. I have an OnlyFans.
Hey,
I haven't posted a lot yet, but it's gonna be funny shit where I kind of compliment women, because that's usually who's on there.
So you're gonna be on in there in silk boxers or something?
Yeah, just saying funny shit.
I think
though.
you're great.
But it's gonna be mostly funny skits, and it's gonna be free, and it's also just to bring us.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah, because when I have friends who have OnlyFans, and they've shared with me weird, creepy messages dudes send.
Oh shit!
We're fucking dudes. We're creepy.
That girl from what is it, Bad Baby or whatever?
Yeah, Bad Baby.
Bad Bunny.
No, Bad Baby, the girl, the Cash Me Outside.
Oh
girl.
yeah. Yeah.
Broke the record.
She broke the record.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
3 days after turning.
There's a countdown, New Year's Eve for her turning 18.
Weirdos have been waiting. You have some crazy patience.
That's some crazy shit, dude. Yeah. No, and it's interesting, to see what when that specific friend showed me her OnlyFans at all the creepy shit. I was like, oh wow. I want to capitalize on this somehow.
I want to make this funny for others.
I find it interesting how originally OnlyFans was designed as something for artists or entertainers to engage with their fans, and let's say you want to do music. Or
what a great way to show your butthole.
And then porn took over. It was the weirdest thing. Adult performers took the precedence.
Yeah. Which kind of is like Snapchat too now, right? Because
wasn't that what Snapchat was originally?
Or it was originally?
That's what it was.
Oh,
originally designed for people to send each other lewd pictures.
Yeah.
And then it blew up with this whole filter shit.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, that's crazy. I didn't know that about OnlyFans being designed originally for artists and stuff.
Yeah, when Cardi B started her OnlyFans, it's my understanding that everything is just either a song or just her connection with her already existing fans. Some people, I can't remember. There's an artist that broke it before Bad Baby, as a singer or an actress or something.
I think there was this.
There
was this IG model from Australia. I heard.
She had a Bella Thorne, I think. Or
there was an IG model from Australia had a huge account too.
And it's kind of all these people went and subscribed to her with the thought that there was going to be something steamy, and she's like, "Look, I'm just here to connect with the fan base. I think
only my fans,
dude.
I'm not here to show you anything.
Ever since I've seen I have friends that have OnlyFans, and I'm I don't subscribe to their thing because
What kind of friend are you?
It's expensive. I know. But ever since I find new friends and I see they have OnlyFans, cool. And it's like now I'm like every time like I have a new friend that's a woman, I'm like, does she have an OnlyFans? No, damn it! Like, and I was like, I gotta get that out of my head because you know he was like, I go see, does she have an OnlyFans? No, but it's so weird.
It's
I mean,
become
honestly,
so mainstream, and that's why.
That's like
It's become so mainstream.
It is.
You know, it's
everyone
sold
has
to-
one. I have one.
It's just sold to women as like it's another form of women's liberation when it's really like you're just showing your body naked.
Yeah.
it's a great.
You just got rid of the middleman, and you set up an account.
Yeah, you're doing it yourself.
It's like going on Robinhood for stock.
Yeah.
For stock trading.
Yeah. It's like it's a great way to screen who you want to date. Because I mean, if I discover that like someone I'm interested in has an OnlyFans, I might be like, I don't know, man.
Yeah. Like,
Well,
you know?
yeah, to a certain
Except
extent.
for the music.
Yeah,
well, am I going to be asked
Exactly.
to perform in these videos?
like to a certain extent, but then also I'm like, dude, if someone would pay to look at my fucking crusty toes, I would fucking fuck it. Who do I send this shit to?
Yeah.
You know, like,
Bro,
for real.
I don't know, man. After working as an EMT for 4 years,
Yeah.
there's no like anyone, and I think everybody in the field who's done the job that I did, I think we all agree looking at feet is not attractive after that job.
Oh yeah. That's that. Yeah, I
You'll
can
see
see
some
that.
nasty shit.
I'm sure. But I'm just saying,
You know,
if I could get like a hot chick, gets paid like as many people want to see her naked. If I could get like whatever money for someone to pay to,
Here's my role.
Yeah, here's my fucking loan class, motherfucker. Yeah, like I'll do
for
it.
sure.
So that's when it comes to like I get it. A little extra money on top of my job.
It also kind of tells you that they don't have any other way of making that kind of money.
Yeah, exactly. That's like that medical the nurse that had an OnlyFans and she got in
I
trouble.
thought she was an EMT.
She was an EMT in
EMT.
Well,
New
I
York.
was listening to this podcast. One of the Instagram hosts I follow was on there.
Jesus Christ.
And she wouldn't say how much she made, but she did disclose. She's like, I can buy a property a month with what I make
More
off
than my
of OnlyFans.
podcast.
Yeah.
But does she? But does she? You know what I mean? Because I was listening to, I was watching a short clip of another podcast where this guy calls in because they're interviewing 3 girls that have their OnlyFans, and he's like, all right, but what are you planning to do when this fast money dries up?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, well, I do things with my, okay, but what things? Why should I have to tell you that? Well, because you're sitting here telling us that you have a bigger plan, so what's the plan?
It better not be like you're making a recipe book about pies, because that's not going to go.
No, one of them actually thought that she could keep her OnlyFans going into her 60s or 70s.
That's where it's like, get the money while you can now. And then we better pay taxes because
Yeah, like the feds are definitely watching. They're like,
Exactly.
we want our money,
Dude,
damn it.
on Twitter, I seen a girl that had an OnlyFans for like a year.
Yeah.
And then used that money to open up a salon and like a ice cream shop or some shit.
Oh, nice.
And now she doesn't have to do OnlyFans.
That's the fucking dream.
And if I could do that, like you said, and if I could do that, if I could just
Hell
shake
yeah,
my
I
ass
would
in front of a
fucking do
camera
it.
for a year to make money to start 2 businesses, where do I sign up?
Where do I sign up? That's for all you people listening that, if you ever want feet pics and you want to buy them from me or Ricky, let's go. All right, guys. Wouldn't do the shout outs, man. Thank you guys again for coming, bro.
Pleasure.
Julio, Ricky, Jose, Inner Monologue on Instagram, everything we can follow.
For sure.
Thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for listening. It's been the Voice Party. We're out.
Awesome. It's been a pleasure.
Sweet.